First item on our agenda today is the consent agenda.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next is a public hearing, rezone from parcel from commercial to residential. Mark, you want to speak to that, please?
This case number is RZ 2025-3. The petitioner is Moises Mora. The location is 5793 US 136. This is in Mace. Your case is a rezone from commercial to residential 1. This morning you'll conduct a public hearing to consider rezoning a parcel from commercial to residential R1. The parcel is located on US 136 in Mace. It is a 0.5 acre with an existing building that previously was the Little Arrow Shop. The petitioner wishes to remodel the existing building and change the occupancy to single-family dwelling, which requires a rezone to R1 because it is a stick-built building. The adjacent properties are higher density residential in the unincorporated area of Mace. The property is less than 1 acre required, but it is an existing building and he has no plans of adding on. The property is served by on-site septic and private well, and access is from 136. The property does have a 911 address. The Plan Commission did send a favorable recommendation to the County Commissioners with a majority vote.
Thank you, Mark. I'll open the public hearing at 8:03. Anybody wishes to comment, come forward. Seeing that there's no comment, we'll also close the public hearing at 8:03. And then next up would be the ordinance to approve the rezone of parcel from commercial to residential. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
We have heard the recommendation from Mark as well as the recommendation from the Plan Commission. Any discussion? All in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oppose? Next would be under new business, the owner-occupied rehabilitation program. Open the quotes. Dan?
We have some. First from Pro-Choice Home Solutions for 122 North Green Street, Crawfordsville. A bid for $26,900. From PHR Contracting in Clinton, there is a bid for 122 Green Street, Crawfordsville, $97,777. From Crawl Space Remediation for 616 East Pike Street, $1,800. For Blessed Construction, Terre Haute, for 306 Vine Street, Newmarket, $15,000. Also, and that is for the ADA work. A second bid for the same property, also Blessed Construction, for ramp, $8,000. Also Blessed Construction for 805 Chestnut, $6,000. Also from Blessed Construction for 805 Chestnut, $7,000. J&L Mechanical and Plumbing for 8 Park Lane, Crawfordsville, $1,679. From Crawl Space Remediation for 114 East Washington Street, New Richmond, $11,461.16. From Cox Roofing, and it's for 122 North Green Street, $37,567.34. I recommend that you take these under advisement for review.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Next is to recommendation based on exceeding the unit cap. I'd entertain a motion to reject the quotes that we received on September 22nd for 122 Green Street, as the quotes that we received exceed the unit cap amount.
Move to reject those quotes.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oppose? Next is approve the recommendations and sign contracts in the addenda for the following addresses: 616 Pike, County Road 1897, County Road 100, and 8 West Park; Cox Roofing for 2256 County Road 725, and Pro Choice for 616 Pike and 1897 South County Road 1000.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Oppose? As I mentioned in our last meeting, we're quickly approaching the max spent on the grant, so we'll be wrapping all of these projects up soon. Next is open the landfill seeding bids.
Yes, it appears we have one bid, two? That's a bid. Ah, okay. So you have two. One from DES, Civil Environmental Engineering, in the amount of $16,800, $16,800. The second from McCullough Excavation and Silt Removal in Coatesville, and that is for $54,603, $54,603.
I'd entertain a motion to take these bids under advisement.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion of these bids?
Quite a difference.
Quite a difference. We'll take those under advisement and compare the two. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Next is a change order for the landfill project. J.S. McCullough Excavating LLC, $14,000. Change order to move 1,700 yards of dirt on site.
I'd move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion?
I assume, I don't know if you have an answer, Lori, but I assume that the city has agreed to pay their half of this?
That's my understanding,
Okay.
yes.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oppose? Next is the approval of Good Samaritan contract, County Employee Health Insurance Program. Lori, Tom's not here. Would you want to speak to this? Are you from, or, I mean,
the Good Samaritan program is a program for if we were to have employees that their medical expenses would exceed, we have sometimes they could reach $1 million, things like that. What this program does is it is an opportunity for employees, if they so wish, they can apply to the Good Samaritan Fund, and they make a recommendation if what their medical issues fit would go under that program. And then after they're approved, and then it goes to Apex, and they look at it to see if they would be a good fit. And then the final decision is the commissioner's decision to say, yes, you can go on the program. There is a cost to the county if someone were to go on the program, and it's $55,000 annually for each participating person. And if there's a family member who would no longer be eligible to be on the county's insurance, that's an additional $15,000 per family member, and it would max out at $100,000 per family unit. Now, once the person is better, they've recovered, then they go off the program and back on the county's insurance.
I'd entertain a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Any discussion? I spoke with Patty on this, and I'm very comfortable with this. It's a good program, and it doesn't commit us to anything other than the initial cost here. So, any other comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Next, under ordinances, is introduction, ordinance 2025-25, amending the tax rate for a Cume Bridge rate.
Yes, ordinance 2025-25 would reduce your Cume Bridge rate from 7.5 cents per $100 assessed valuation to 5.85 cents per $100 evaluation. Jeff Peters has recommended this action be taken so as to free up money in the general fund. He represents that this lines up with your actual budget and will allow you to cover your cost. Every year, the council makes some request of you to change this. It is the recommendation that you would, this is an introductory ordinance, but it's your recommendation, since the council may take action on the budget today, that you suspend your rules and consider this for final reading today.
Entertain a motion to suspend the rules.
So moved.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. At this time, I would entertain a motion to amend the tax rate as mentioned.
So moved.
Any discussion? I spoke with Jake. Jake says that keeps him in line with his plan, 5-year plan, to make sure he's still on task and on schedule to have enough money to do the work he needs for the next 5 years, and it's still even higher than last year's
Like I
rate.
say, we're going in the right direction,
Yeah, so,
so, yep.
all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oppose? Nothing under resolutions. We do have an item under other business, and it's I would entertain a motion and request to suspend the rules so we can approve the Symetra renewal agreement, which is our stop-loss carrier. This is through Apex Benefits.
I'd move to suspend the rules.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? I'd entertain a motion to approve the Symetra renewal agreement for our stop-loss carrier.
So moved.
I'll second. Would there be any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? That's everything on the agenda. Do you gentlemen have anything to add?
The only thing I'll bring up is, I kind of throwing this out there already, but we never really made a decision, is to look at the December meeting date. Our regular scheduled meetings like December 22nd. That's a short week for all the offices anyway. I know a lot of times we adjust that. I don't have any recommendation. I just don't know that there's a need for that meeting on that date, unless you're aware of something, Dan.
I would go ahead, I would think about, you usually approve claims. Sometimes we do this, you like the following Monday, the 29th or something like that, but you may need to keep it out of that time. So you may not want any claims approved that late. But you may need payroll.
Yeah, let me look at my calendar.
Okay.
And send you guys an email.
Okay.
I would ask for.
And then we can get it on our agenda for next meeting.
Yep.
That way people can kind of plan their, if they're planning on leaving town or anything like that, as far as for the holidays or whatever, they can get that all figured out.
I think in the past we had like a 5-minute claims meeting, maybe sometime later.
Yeah, we've had it both ways. We've had it later and we've had it earlier. It just depends on what needs to be done for the claims, usually is what matters.
Yeah, I don't, I
So.
have it on my calendar, so I'll check.
Yep.
and get you guys an email.
All right, appreciate it. That's all I got.
I would take time to thank all the department heads that had anything to do with the tremendous amount of planning and coordination that took for the motocross race that we had. I know you guys put in a lot of extra time. Appreciate it. Looks and sounds like everything went well and it was well received. So thank you, and to all those that had something to do with that. Thank you. Anything else?